Hello and welcome to another episode of May the Code Be With Us with KSP Rp-1. A very dark episode, at least for the start, because we have a night launch today. After the stupidity from my previous launch, I decided let's just keep on recording. So we am recording this straight after and get this contract done. For just a reminder, this is the recovering something from a suborbital trajectory contract. I have to get this rocket above 140 kilometers and then recover it. So last time we had a failure almost at the end of the burn for the first stage, but we were still able to reach 143 kilometers. However, my code did not arm the parachute until the apogee went past 145, which we never got to. And I completely forgot. I was just watching the rocket go down without paying attention to the altitude, and I never noticed that the parachute never armed and it just hit the water hard. It would have been perfectly fine if I had just remembered to arm the parachute. So yeah, I couldn't just let that be, and I decided, no, let's keep on playing. I have been playing today for quite a while now, since I was testing airplanes for quite a while. And another failure, 2 in a row. But well, this one was even closer to Miko. So if we managed last time, we should manage this time. So yeah, I've been playing for a while now, so a crash is quite possible, but let's see. Hopefully not. And I did change the code so that now after Miko it arms the parachute. So now the same thing cannot happen again. And I will actually quick save once we're in space, in case there's a crash. Oh, now the apogee went past 145. Briefly, now the drag has lowered it a little bit, but it did go past 145, so it would have armed. That one hurt. Like, it wasn't that expensive of a failure. This is a very cheap rocket. But with the rush building, it does go up for more than 5,000 funds. So in the end, it does turn out to be quite an expensive launch. And of course, the 50 days of an extra upgrade in either research or VAB, I still haven't decided where I'm going to spend it on. Okay, so that's space. Okay, so moment of truth. In a little bit. Man, I did not time that right. Yeah, I forgot. I changed the deployment setting to 2000 meters. Okay. Water landing, unfortunately, so I'm going to have to deal with bounciness of recovery. Fortunately for the contract, at least when I tested the rocket, at the moment it touches down, it counts. So It doesn't matter if I can't recover it right away. But I think for the science, yeah, I do need to recover it properly. We also got a little bit of science from, I still have the, no, not that. Oh, yeah, this is good. Yeah, supersonic flight analysis. We're almost halfway there. Perfect. So, contract complete. Yeah, that's fine. This is going to be the company. Okay, I'll fight with this and I'll see you back at the Space Center. Buddy. Okay, so back and 8 science for recovering the vessel. That's very good. Nothing else here. Also got some money. And we have another point which, I mean, of course want to be able to I think right now priority should be R&D because well, I am still using the wait, I completely lost my train of thought there. um, yeah, I want to prioritize R&D to get like a good engine to start building an orbital rocket. Then I can do a few more sounding contracts with that engine to get its data units up. And with the science that I get with those launches, I can put that into the AB. So I think R&D should get this one. Okay, so how much time? So we have 92 days for this. Maybe that is a long time. Well, I'll try to get another airplane design and see if that flies better. And I'll either show you that design or I'll come back when it's time to launch this. Okay, so time to show the 2 really weird aircraft that we're going to be launching now. So first, this is the Sun Rocket Mark III. I don't remember if I showed this before, but if I did, you will notice 2 differences. So actually, I had not tested it, stupidly enough, since I had already rush built part of it. But it had a very long nose here that it's the tank I'm using for sounding rocket payload. But this one, since I'm just going for altitude records, it had no sounding rocket payload, and without any payload, it shifted the center of lift way too far up, and it wasn't stable the moment it lost the first stage. Secondly, I added the tiny team boosters because it was taking a bit of time to get up to speed, and that allowed it to drift up from the vertical, so it would end up going quite horizontal and quite good for downrange records, but not good for actually going for altitude. So with the tiny teams, it gives it an initial speed boost, it gets spinning really fast, and it remains pretty much vertical. And so yes, I tested it and I almost got to 700 kilometers, so that's very good. Now let's go for the weirder aircraft. Okay, so this abomination is the Glorong 1. So for those of you that don't know, Glaurung is a fire drake from the Silmarillion, Tolkien's book. He can't fly, but yeah, otherwise he's a fire-breathing dragon. The first, one of the first, or the first, I don't remember precisely. Um, anyway, so I'm going to be naming, yeah, the trainer one was just for training purposes, but training purposes, English. But I'm going to be naming my winged spacecraft after the fire drakes from Middle Earth, which there's only 3 anyways, like named ones. So Glaurung will be the X-planes that are not able to get to orbit the same way Glaurung couldn't fly. And then the other 2 names will be reserved for actual orbital space planes. But yeah, it kind of seems like it's something that what an X-wing would look like if the Reavers from Firefly got their hands on it. But it has 4 jet engines, so it's able to get to speed quite well, and it's relatively stable compared to my previous attempts at this. And when testing it, it was almost able to get to 800 kilometers per hour. 800 kilometers per hour, 800 meters per second. What is all units? Which I don't know. This might have a no, not a rated for Mach 3 flight. So okay, yeah, I should still be able to get to 900. Because I did not get there because I started losing control, but I still had fuel, so I might be able to get the 900 meter per second record. So yeah, these are the next 2 launches. Unless I can, let's see, 230. Okay, yeah, I might be launching 2 sounding rockets before I launch this. So let's see. But first, let's go to the sounding rocket launch. I also forgot to mention the important part of this design and why it looks so weird. The thing is, if you notice, these are the couplers. So these wings and these engines come off before igniting their main rocket engine. And that's what allows it to get such a high speed. And also, I think I was able to pass 30 kilometers in altitude. So yeah, that's the main reason. I had actually done the design with just these tanks instead of just being structurals. The jets were mounted in these ones, and I had these wings as the main wings at the top here, and it was just like a normal plane design, not a biplane. So just 2 engines, these wings, and well, it took a while to get up to speed with just the 2 jet engines, and the rocket engine was not able to get as much speed because of the extra weight of the jet engines. Then also because it struggled to get up to speed, I couldn't climb that much, so I was barely getting to 20 kilometers, maybe not even. So I decided instead, this is, I think, double the cost, but I should be able to get a lot more record contracts and the money from them. So that's why I decided to go for this really weird looking thing. That's bad for the eyes. Yeah. Okay, beautiful day for launch here in our very cloudless Earth. So let's just go for it. No. I'm an idiot. I forgot that when I tested it, I noticed it, that the staging was off, and yes, I forgot to change the staging again. So yeah, this is how it was starting at first, and you'll notice it's probably going to be drifting a little bit. Yeah, it's already going drifting a little bit from the vertical. So this is going to end up going like at 30 degrees in the end. I'm such an idiot. Always check the staging, always, always. Man, that is two really stupid mistakes in consecutive episodes. That's not good, not good. So anyway, while this thing is flying off course, I'm just going to let it go and see where it gets to. No point destroying it right now. But we finished another rocketry node, so now I have access to the AJ10 something, I don't remember, configuration for the Aerobee engines, which I think they're going to be the ones that I'm going to use as my upper stage or stages for my orbital rocket. Stage suppression. So yeah, I'm going to start getting data units on it. In less than a year, we will unlock the next rocketry node. So I think for the first stage engine, I'm going to wait to get those engines. And then so I'm going to first get the data units for the AG10s. Then for whichever first stage engine I choose, I haven't decided yet. And after that, well, when that unlocks, I'll start building an orbital rocket. First, of course, getting data units for the first stage, getting all the last of the downrange contracts and all of that. Getting a little bit more funds because we're quite low now. Well, I don't know. It should be okay after the airplane mission. This was going to get us quite a few funds, but of course now that's gone to hell. But yeah, hopefully I'll be building an orbital rocket soon. And that's when things get interesting. It would also increase the amount of science that we're able to get, since I'm able to reach more biomes than just the ones around the KSC. We've also had three consecutive failures, I think. Yes. Doesn't matter at this point. Okay, no sense keeping following this. I forgot to action group the range safety, so I'll just follow this to its doom, and I'll see you with the next launch. Okay, take 2. Wait. Let's just make sure about this. Yes, they fire and the clamps release at the same time. Perfect. Let's bombard our own space center. But it's just it's going to miss everything important anyways. Looks a bit. So these are still the old WAC. Yeah, these are the WAC corporal engines, I think. I'm not sure. I can't say which one it is. Doesn't matter. Because, I mean, you already saw this thing has 9 engines total, so it's just tempting test light to do something about this, and I wasn't going to put AJ10s with no data units whatsoever in such a configuration. So I think the first rocket I'm going to use the AJ10s with is just going to be like a single stage with 3 engines, and I'm going to try to go for one of the Sounding Rocket payload contracts. Something like that. I'll see after this launch. And yet another failure. It seems to be the center one though, so it did not even bring us out of balance. And yeah, we should be good. All the fuel was used. We're still pointing pretty much straight up, so that's always good. The main thing is to get out of any significant atmosphere once the last stage fires, because it doesn't have any beams. So if there's still some atmosphere, it can be pushed out of the ideal trajectory. Man, the failures just keep on coming. I mean, I was still using the same burn time from the previous rockets. So that last one did introduce a bit of a wobble, so we're probably not going to get as high. But, well, let's see, maybe this one decides to explode as well. The good thing is we apparently still have some science left from the upper atmosphere, and I think also from space. So we're still getting science out of these launches. Very slowly though, very, very slowly. And the records are starting to come in, that's good. Yes, so we still have a little bit less than half the science from space to collect. And this one's probably going to be in space for a long time, so yeah, we might get all of this. Actually, without the might, we will get all of this. Already time to apogee is 5 minutes. Perfect. 672 kilometers, not bad, not bad. Okay, so we're almost at apogee now. We finished transmitting all the science. We're up to 10. I did unlock a few more nodes before, so actually I wonder if I can check from here. Nope, I can't check the upgrades. I mean, we're still probably like missing more than 15 for the next upgrade point. Yes, so contracts. So we already had 4K from the 2000 meters per second. Then 5.5K, 7, almost 9. So very good funds here, very good funds. We're this mission alone paying for the previous failed mission, this one, and the airplane, which that one is going to give us a lot of funds as well. So finally making some money. I've been rush building a lot, so that's what's been costing a lot of money. But I really want to get science quickly and not fall behind on the research like I did on the previous series. So But I think it's time to start saving some money because at some point we need to upgrade facilities and unlock new techs. Um, so I think I'm going to leave it here for this episode, and we're going to start the airplane mission next episode. I'm not sure if this might be a little bit shorter. I always say that and it ends up being half an hour, no matter what I say, so we'll see. But yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.